No, we mean business when Dr. Brown Bear comes out.
Hello, where is the patient?
Here.
Right. So, you ever wondered how to make your own Gentoo Live CD?
No. No.
No, you haven't, but now you have, but now you're going to learn. So we use a tool called Catalyst in Gentoo, and what that allows us to do is easily build a system and set any custom programs or settings that we need inside. So we're just going to make a System x86 CD today. I need to do some testing for something else, so I thought what better way than to show you how to do it at the same time. Now if we pop over to the Catalyst documentation, you're going to see some wonderfully written documents. Don't know who wrote that, but he was a very modest guy. Very handsome too. Great hands as well, apparently. Great hands. We need to set up some directories and copy over this command here to download the default settings that Relang uses. Basically, Relang's the project in Gentoo that builds a live CDs and sets up all the issues. So this command is going to put all that in for us to use as a base. Now, if you're doing this yourself, you scroll down to here, you can see there's a custom media image written by the same person that wrote this amazing documents in the first place. I think we all just need to take a minute just to applaud him. Thank you, kind stranger. But yeah, this has got all the steps for you of what you need to do if you want to do this. So check out that link if you you want to try this. First thing we do is we copy that git command in. That's going to bring down everything. Job done. We log into root. Pro tip, if you're doing Catalyst building over SSH, use tmarks. There we go. Sometimes build disconnects. I don't know why, but this stops that from happening. Probably too much information going on the buffer when you compile in or something. You then do make the parent /var temp catalyst cd to that directory, and then we do make the parent builds default. Okay, and we cd into them as well. Ooh, X's apparently. And we cd into those. Right, here we need to put a seed file in. So basically what seed file does is it uses an existing stage 3 to do the to use as a base for compiling. So as we're doing x86, we need an x86 stage. I'll go to my favourite mirror. Then I'm going to download the current stage 3 i486. This is probably the point where you need to emerge Catalyst. If you haven't done it, it's just emerge verbose ask Catalyst. I use the live build version. You probably want to be using the Catalyst 4 release candidate. I just, for the things I do, I need the live build like Upstream do. Just makes it a bit easier for me to pick up changes. For a normal builder though, you'll be fine with the release candidate. Oh, that's that done. And we now build ourselves a Catalyst snapshot. So what Catalyst does here is it creates a squashfs of the portage tree and uses that for building. So we just use the snapshot tool, -s, and then the word stable. If this fails, you need to install git, which is dev-bcs/git. We're going to see this bit here. This is the commit tree. You want to have that in your buffer ready to paste into places later on. Okay. We're going to use the template of the Reling's spec files. So if I go over to the desktop here again, you can see here live CD spec files can be found here. Got a fancy little link for you. This is obviously AMD 64. So we're going to go releases, specs, x86, i486, and we want this one here. Click on the raw, highlight that, and just wget, put the address in, then we can edit. So I'm going to need a snapshot again. And we now need to edit. So version stamp is here. Just put the date in here. So 24/05/01. I'm leaking the days I record these videos now. Okay, here we'll see where it says repo dir. We need to put the location where we downloaded the we got the git clone from earlier on. So that in my case that's /home/Immolo /Reeling. The @tree-ish here is where we paste that commit ID earlier on. And finally we need to point it to the right place. For this spec. So the stage 3 file is called this. You don't need to put the tar on the back. I've just used default, so I'm going to remove that and that. Okay. Now, use flags. If you need to set some system-wide use flags, you change them here. I don't. What I need to add is some programs here. So what packages do we want? I'm going to add system apps LSD. No, not that LSD. The other one. So I'm testing Rust stuff at the moment on this. So I'm trying to think of some Rust programs. And to be honest, this is the only one I know. We'll also add fast fetch for the lols, because everyone wants a live CD that you can run. Just as you see, Gentoo does all this alphabetical order. Don't really matter. I just like doing it. Do it the right way the first time, then if you ever need to PR your changes, everything's ready. You don't need to edit stuff or cause anyone else extra work. That's why I like doing it. So there we go. We've now added fast fetch and LSD. So let's run that. We do catalyst -f, which is file. And then we tell it the spec file we want to use, which is install spec SPD1. Let's hit enter. And why can't you find that? Okay, when something doesn't work, all you do is just go back to your spec file, just have a look, see what you've done wrong. Easy to see, I called it homed. don't understand how I can do all this smart stuff and still do the same stupid mistakes every time. There we go, now that builds. So, we let this epic CPU do its job. Over to you, Dr. Brownbear. Takes next to no time, doesn't it, when you have 90 threads to play with. Thanks, Em. Okay, we're going to get the second stage now from the same place as last time. We need to put out that. We need to put out the commit from last time. So I'm just going to highlight that. Then nano install. Spec 2, and then we just need to edit. So we put our date in again. Just back to default. Pop this tree in. Pop the date in half. Right, this time, spell this correctly. Okay, here we can put the name of our CD in. So we're going to call it sub to Immolo, because it's the funny YouTuber thing to do, isn't it? And here we also do this. What this one does is it uses the default config that Gentoo sets when building kernels. Okay. Everything's good here. You don't really need to change anything. It just removes bits, but you could say if you wanted to keep GCC in. Don't know why you'd want to, but you could. Yeah, X save. Okay, and then we just run that. Same way as last time. Catalyst F install stage 2. Where we go? This time builds first time. Right, that's all done. Let's get this off of Dr. Brown Bear and into Daddy Pig. I bet that one the word you was expecting to hear today. So that's done. We've transferred the file over. We're now going to run it in QEMU. I'm emulating a Pentium 3. And because of that, I am not enabling KVM, because then instruction sets leak in, like SSE2 and stuff. And I've given it 2 gigs of RAM. Let's see if that boots. There we go. I hope you liked the act of surprise there. I knew it was going to work. It's Catalyst. Set the correct key layout. That boots. Now, if I type in fast fetch, you can see I now have the coolest live CD ever to exist. Right, guys, I hope you learned something with this one today, and yeah, bit of fun on it.